I believe it's Tuesday. It's about 10:30. And so there's not a whole lot to do because nothing's open. So I figured I would just jump on a live stream here real quick. I know some of you will watch this on the replay. That's why I jumped right into it. But yeah, I'm here sitting on the end of a pier. They have all these chairs. You can see my cruise ship right there, the Island Princess. And the sun's pretty bright over this way, but that is a lighthouse island. And then right behind me is the port of Nova Scotia. I actually just bought this hat. If you follow me on Instagram, I said, hey, what do you think of this hat I just bought? Because it's a little bit chilly here. But yeah, it's pretty cool. If you can hear me, let me know. I'm using a wireless mic. Actually, you know what? Let me pump up the sound here real quick. Actually, I'm using the wrong thing. I'm using the wrong thing to pump up the sound, but I will pump up the sound here a little bit. Sorry for the technical difficulties. It's completely impromptu. I was filming a video, so I had all my equipment with me. But yeah, okay, it sounds like people are hearing me. But I'm gonna turn this, actually I'm gonna turn the camera around here instead of doing it that way. So you can see. There's Island Princess right over there. I'm going to turn it up a little bit so you can hear just a little bit better. I always have to turn it down when I'm making videos, but people said they prefer it a little bit higher when I'm doing live streams, so I'm going to accommodate. Okay, I just pumped it up a little bit higher, so hopefully it's not too loud. And I'll give you a quick view of where I'm at right now. So there's downtown Nova Scotia, I believe. Got the Canadian flag right there. Got all these seats along the pier, which is really cool. They have so much seating out here. Pretty colorful. I tried to move one of the more colorful ones over to where I am, but they don't move. They're actually bolted down, which is probably pretty smart of them to do. But yeah, oh, okay. So if you have any questions, throw them out there. Obviously, it'll probably be a smaller group today, so it'll be really easy to answer questions. And I don't know if I'm living dangerously here, because if this falls over, it goes into the water. Yeah, I'm probably living dangerously. I probably should not do that. But yeah, you know what? I'm just going to hold it. Let's see. All the best live streams include open water. Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is a pretty cool spot, and it's completely impromptu. And so, since it's impromptu, there's 38 of you in here. If you don't mind smashing that thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. It'll help more people find this live stream that are interested in Halifax. What a terrible time to visit Halifax with 2 bad fires happening right now. Hope the smoke and smell isn't bad. Yeah, it isn't in the pier area. I've heard Peggy's Cove is closed. But I can't see any. I mean, you're looking at it right now, right? We're right here in downtown Halifax. There's not a lot of smoke going on. That's the cruise ship right there. That's Island Princess. And as you can see, there's not a whole lot of. I don't see any smoke. I don't see any indication that there is wildfires around. It is super windy, so maybe that has cleared the smoke out, although that's bad for wildfires, obviously. But yeah, so right now, I mean, I feel bad for, obviously, Halifax, but it isn't too bad of a time to be here, to be completely honest with you. Let me cover that mic up so it doesn't get the wind as bad. Maybe another chair without the breeze coming at the mic. Yeah, hopefully, let me know if it's better now that I've covered up my mic with my neck gainer. Let me know if that's better. I usually have a wireless mic running from my lapel up to inside my shirt, but today I didn't bring it with me. I just brought the mic, so I got to make sure when I'm making videos that I make sure it's covered, because it's definitely windy out here. Here's one of those hopper things. That's actually probably a bunch of cruise passengers, because I saw that thing leaving today on the road. So it's probably a bunch of cruise passengers. I just got them all to wave. But yeah, that's one of the tours you can take on here. I like cruise ports like this where you can just walk off the ship and be in the heart of the town. Like that's my absolute favorite type of cruise ports. So I was really happy to just walk off the ship. I didn't take an excursion here. The wind is blowing, the wind from the north right now, and the fire closest to you is north as well. Yeah, that's scary. I was just talking to a lady about it, and she said like 90 structures have been damaged. It's really sad. Hopefully they can get it under control. Hopefully they get some rain. Doesn't look like they're going to get any rain today. It's pretty clear here, but hopefully they get some rain soon. It's not something they're used to dealing with. Where are you headed next, says Nomadicana. I am headed to Iceland. 4 ports in Iceland, but we have a long transit. I think it's four sea days, maybe even 5, but I think it's 4. And so, but it's one place I'm very familiar with in Iceland, Reykjavik, but 3 spots that I've never even heard of. And so that's going to be pretty cool to hit a bunch of places around, the island of Iceland that I've never even heard of. It's going to be pretty interesting. And some of them you have to taxi in for, so I know that's going to be, when you're up in the North Atlantic and you got to taxi in, those are always probably, pretty cool, more isolated type of places. So I'm super excited about that. But yeah. Someone just wrote some Icelandic names and I can't pronounce them, so I'm not even going to try. One starts with an I, one starts with an A, and I believe they are on there. How do you like the Island Princess? I would say it's probably my least favorite princess ship so far. And not because it's old, it's actually very well taken care of. It's just missing a lot of the things that I like about Princess. Like there's no international cafe, which I love the international cafe. What else is missing? There's no Crown Grill, which is kind of weird. They have like a New Orleans themed place. I got to try it. Maybe I'll like it better. I'm actually not a huge fan of Crown Grill either. But it's weird not seeing it on board. This is a 33-day cruise. Actually, it's 2 cruises, like one 17 and one 16 maybe. But most of the people on here are on the 33-day cruise. So it is definitely an older crowd, which is fine. I love the older crowds. But I would say overall it's probably my least favorite of the princess ships. Maybe I like it better than Caribbean Princess, actually, a little bit. Well, actually that's not true. Most princess ships have the aft pool, and this ship doesn't. It does have a nice solarium, and I understand why, because it goes to cool places like this. And it's, obviously a smaller ship, so it can get into different spots that the bigger ships can't get into. And there's a lot less people on there. The internet's a million times better than any ship I've ever been on, and I'm attributing that to the fact that it has a smaller amount of people, and I assume probably the same system as the bigger ships. And it is a lot more older people, and they probably don't use the internet. So there's probably like me and 10 other people using the internet, so it's pretty fast. How busy is the ship? Is it 100% booked? No, it's definitely not 100% booked. The cabins on either side of me are not even occupied. I think there's 1,900 on, something like that. There's 40 kids. And it definitely doesn't feel full. Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel full. The pools aren't packed or anything like that. Even though there's less pools on here than a normal princess ship because they don't have that aft pool. But it's nice. I'm not, I always say a bad cruise is still a really good cruise. And it's not been a bad cruise, it's been an awesome cruise. The solo group on here has been awesome. I mean, it's a huge group. The first solo meeting, I think there was like 70 people at it. It was, they almost couldn't hold us all. And then every night, the solo events have been pretty well attended. So that's been pretty cool about this ship. I attribute that to Princess changing the way their schedule is. So you can actually find the solo event on the schedule, so people bookmark it and go to it. Man, I'm living my life through you, says KC. My next cruise is in August. It will be my 24th cruise. I retire in 3 years and plan to do at least 5 cruises a year. You look like you have no stress. Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty blessed to be doing what I'm doing. I'm in awe every day when I wake up and I realize I'm, on a cruise ship, living this life. I feel very fortunate, to be honest with you. Very fortunate. Zena, hey, my hiking buddy Zena. What's going on, Zena? She's down in Southern California. Let's see. If I missed a question, you asked one and I missed it, just go ahead and ask it again. No Alfredos? Yeah. So there is no Alfredos on here either, but they do Alfredos. They do Alfredo's pizza in Sabatini's on certain days from noon to like 2. And I actually did that the other day with a group of people. I got seated at a random table with 2 couples and another solo, and it was actually pretty cool. But yeah, if you don't mind smashing that like button, that'd be awesome. There's 74 in here. It's impromptu, so the more likes I get, the more... my mic keeps falling out. Hey, Andrea Gold's in the house. What's going on, Andrea? Andrea's a big princess person. There's a island princess right there, Andrea. We're in Halifax today. It's pretty chilly. It's pretty chilly here. It's in the 50s, and it's very, very windy, so I'm sure the wind chill factor is probably in the low 50s, high 40s. I'm definitely not in the Caribbean anymore. I actually bought this morning. It's sunny and I have a bald head, or it's sunny and it's cold and I have a bald head, and those don't go good together. But I feel pretty warm. I'm layered in merino wool. I've got some Lululemon pants on, and I have a merino wool neck gainer, so I'm actually pretty warm. I don't feel cold at all. Is there entertainment on the ship? Yeah, I mean, just the typical, it's pretty much the typical princess entertainment. There's a lot of trivia. There's Deal or No Deal. There's gambling, obviously. The casino's really small in here, though. There are a bunch of musical acts. They actually have 4 shows on here, which is great. The one I saw was phenomenal. So it's been really good so far. And again, if you have a question, please ask it again, because this moves really quick. Good morning, Kevin and crew. Hey, Rich, what's going on? Visiting Las Vegas for a week with 100-degree weather here. Yeah, it's so funny how the weather just varies so much place to place around the world. It's just crazy. I just left the Caribbean, and to be honest with you, in my mind, I didn't think the end of May, almost June in Nova Scotia was going to be this chilly. In my mind, it just tells you how ignorant I am, but it's definitely chilly here. Hey, Gotta Live Thailand's in the house. What's going on, man? Speaking of warm weather, was thinking about you yesterday when it was pretty windy on here in Long Island, says Andrea. Yeah. I mean, it's really windy today, and so that makes it even warmer. I mean, it's nice that the sun's out, and if you're out of the wind, it actually feels pretty warm and nice. But obviously, I'm right on the water here. They got all these chairs. It's really like a cool setup. They've got all these chairs all along the pier. They've got actually tables you can sit at as well. Nothing's open yet. You can see those are all chairs right there. All that color. Those are all chairs where you just sit and look out into the port area here. I'm in this one right here. I'm in this white one right here. But yeah, welcome to Canada. Can you see the effects of the wildfires? Be thankful it isn't raining. Well, the people here are actually praying for rain, so I wish it was raining for them. I mean, I'm glad it's not raining from a cruise perspective, but that's pretty selfish. I'd rather it be raining than put them wildfires out. But you can't see any of the effects. I mean, I'm in downtown Halifax right now, and you can see how clear today is, but it's super windy. So I'm assuming the wind's probably blowing away from the fires and pushing the fires in another direction, which is also bad, But yeah, hopefully they get that under control. I was talking to a lady today, and 90 structures have been burnt already. So, I mean, reminds you kind of like the California wildfires. How many days will it take to cross the ocean? So we're stopping in Iceland, doing 4 ports in Iceland. So I want to say it's 4 or 5 sea days from here to Iceland. And then it's not very many sea days to England. I think we're stopping somewhere in England first, like Cornwall or somewhere like that. And we're also stopping in Edinburgh. But to be honest with you, I never know my schedule. I should, and I know people get mad that I don't, but I just kind of live day to day. And like this morning I woke up, I didn't even know when we were pulling in Nova Scotia. I knew we were pulling in because we had a couple sea days and I was kind of like anxious to get to pull into a port. But honestly, I don't really pay attention to it until a day or two before. So I know that's terrible. I'm a bad vlogger. I should be able to give people that stuff. But greetings from British Columbia. Yeah, you're on the other side. We'll be taking a Princess ship in early November from New York to Fort Lauderdale. Oh, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Are you stopping in like Bermuda? Let's see. Finally made a live stream, says James. Yeah, this is impromptu, so I'm super happy that there's 85 people in here. Are you going to tour the Corvetter? It's pretty neat. My dad was on the ship in the war. Yeah, I should tour it. I've never actually been on a Corvette. I've been on a lot of, my Navy days, destroyers and frigates and stuff like that, but I've never been on a Corvette. I should tour that actually. And maybe I will. My plan was just to walk around and get familiar with this place today. I didn't take any excursions. I love ports where I can just walk off the ship and explore the town, and Nova Scotia or Halifax is one of those places. How many days? Oh, I already read that one. Question from Kathy. Is the North Atlantic rougher than southern areas because of the cold weather? Yeah, I mean, the North Atlantic can be rough. On a cruise ship, it's not too bad, to be honest with you. It's not being on a big ship like that. It's not so bad. We had some rough seas, and I know some people got seasick on here. We had some like 10 to 15 foot swells, but honestly, I barely felt them. I mean, at night it felt wonderful. Rocked you like a baby. But I know a few people did get seasick from it, but most people didn't. And we haven't really hit the rough part of the North Atlantic, but from what I've heard, it's actually going to be pretty calm when we're going through there. So, hey, Rally Creative Travel, what's going on, man? Speaking of travel vloggers, go check him out. Nana on the runs in the house. Hey, how is the air there? So it's pretty clear here. I know I know there's wildfires, but I don't see any of the effects of it here at the moment. But it's also super windy and it's a super clear day. Kato says, I love that you stay yourself and don't try to please people. Yeah, I mean, the whole reason when I decided to do this travel vlogging, at first I was doing things to try to get more views and all that stuff, but I just wasn't happy vlogging about it. And then I figured there's people that are actually kind of like me out there, and those are the people that I want to watch anyway. I'm not looking to, be Kara and Nate or anything like that. They're phenomenal, by the way. I'm not dogging on Kara and Nate. I think they're great. But I'm not looking to be Kara and Nate. I'm just blogging my experience, and one day I'll get to look back on it. I've been lucky that I make a little money doing this, but I definitely don't let YouTube dictate my my travel style or vlogging style. I would be unhappy, and that would completely defeat the purpose of why I left my job to travel full time. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm rubbing my nose here. It's a little chilly. Hey, Judith's in the house. What's going on, Judith? Judith says she's one of my Ruby Princess buddies. I think you have maintained that you like to play trivia. What interesting things have you learned from all the sessions? Any trophies yet? I haven't won. I've never won before. I've been close. I've been within one. A lot of times I play by myself, which most of the groups are like 4, 5, or 6 people, so they have kind of an advantage. When I can tap into a group, I do much better. But I've learned a lot about Australia because so many Australians cruise. There's a lot of Australian questions, and so I've learned a lot about Australia. A lot of pop culture before my time I've learned about. What else? Just random things like that, I guess, would be my answer. Trivia is always fun. And I figure if I go to enough of them, eventually I'll start getting some of the same questions again, and I'll look like I'm smart. So, Edinburgh will be a great stop. Hope you get clear skies. Yeah, me too. I'm excited about it. Museum Holic says, welcome to Canada. Kevin moved to Victoria end of the year. Safe travel. I love Victoria. I used to be stationed in Everett, Washington when I was in the military. And my ship would go up to Victoria a lot, and then I would go privately. I loved Victoria and Vancouver. How's your cabin? I've got So I booked a inside cabin guaranteed, and they gave me an ocean view obstructed. Today they actually took the life raft off the ship. You might even be able to see it in the background over here. I don't know. There's the ship, and the lifeboat's right there. I don't know what they're doing on it. Probably like performing some kind of maintenance on it or something. But so there was a beautiful view of the island right there that has the lighthouse on it from my room this morning because they took the lifeboat off, which was pretty cool. But it's been fine. It's one of those ocean view cabins where the window is behind the bed, which I don't really like that. I like it when the last ocean view I had on Princess, the cabin was big enough that the bed was turned sideways, so and there was a little couch in there, and so the ocean view, like you could lay in the bed and look out at the ocean. Where when you're laid in the bed now, I mean, I guess you can look out the ocean if you look at the mirror, because all Princess cruise ships staterooms have mirrors in them. I guess you can see it that way, but I like it better when it's the other version of the ocean view. But yeah, they upgraded me to that, which was great. I think there's actually more ocean views on this ship than inside cabins, so I understand why they did that. Where do you go after Iceland? Like I said, Sandra, I rarely know my schedule. There's probably people on here that know my schedule better than me. I want to say it's Cornwall and then Edinburgh and then Southampton, and then we head up to Norway and go to a bunch of places that I can't pronounce in Norway. But I could be wrong about that. I know we're going to Cornwall and Edinburgh, and I think it's after the 4 ports in Iceland, but I could be wrong. I just really, once I book a cruise, when I'm booking the cruise, I look at it and I'm like, oh, that's going to be amazing. But once I get on the cruise, I don't really pay attention until like the day before, unless I'm like, I'm going to do an excursion. Like 2 of the ports in Iceland, I think I'm going to do an excursion. So if you're heading to England, any chance you'll hire a narrow boat? I don't know. I don't even know what that is. Nomadicana? I don't even know what that is. I just did a transatlantic on Celebrity Apex. It was amazing. We snuck through a couple storms. Yeah, I hope we don't run into any, Kim. I'm thinking of booking Caribbean Princess 10-day Caribbean cruise in August. I'm a bit reluctant because I love newer ships. Yeah, so Caribbean Princess is probably my least favorite. I said Island Princess might be my least favorite, but I actually think Caribbean Princess is probably my least favorite ship. I like the Ruby class or above, whatever class the Ruby is. I think it's the Royal class. I do like Caribbean Princess. It's got like the Skywalker's Lounge, and it's got the aft pool, which is really nice. But it just tends to have a lot of kids on it because it's like one of the only ones that has a little kid water park on it. It's not that I don't like kids, I just don't like cruising with kids. But yeah, I would say Caribbean Princess, and plus I got norovirus on there real bad, so I think that maybe taints that ship a little bit for me. You probably won't get norovirus on there. It was just, I just finally ran out of luck avoiding it. But I would probably say it's my least favorite ship. And I'm just being honest with you about it, of the Princess ships I've been on. But it's still a fun Princess experience. Island Princess fits through the old Panama locks. Yeah, it makes sense why they keep it. And to be honest with you, there are things I really like about Island Princess. Like I really like the, especially now that we're in cold weather, I really like the solarium, especially the upper deck, because no one ever uses it, and I always have it to myself. I go up there and read. I'm reading a bunch of classics right now. And so it's really cool to sit, in a chair like this one that I'm sitting in on the upper deck of the solarium reading Ernest Hemingway. It's just very like cliche, but in a good way. Going with the Winds are actually narrow boating right now. Looks amazing. Yeah, I'll check that out. It sounds interesting. Narrow boat is what Kara and Nate are vlogging on right now. Okay, it sounds like all the vloggers are getting around to that. Let's see. I might have missed a question, so if I did, please ask it again. Not only am I holding the camera, but I'm using my phone, so it's not too, it's hard for me to keep up. Going with the Winds are actually narrow boating right now, okay. But if you have another question, please ask. Yeah, there's things I really like about Island Princess. But one thing I miss about the Royal class ships and above is the huge atrium that's multi-level and has seating on every level. Island Princess and Caribbean Princess have a very small atrium, and Island Princess is lower level. Island Princess does not have an international cafe on the lower level, and the lower level, even though they have live music there, there's hardly anywhere to sit down there, and they also have guest services down there, which means it's just packed with people in line complaining all the time during the music, and that kind of sucks. I don't know who decided that. They should move guest services away from what should be the heartbeat of the ship. They should move it to a different spot. And there's no international cafe down there. There is a Good Spirits down there, and they do make coffee, but it's just not the same. But again, I'm not complaining. A bad cruise ship for me is still amazing. Good, it's good. That's Island Princess right now. There's some things I really like about her, though, like I mentioned. And they have something different than I've seen on any Princess ships. They don't have a Crown Grill, but they do have like a New Orleans style restaurant, which I haven't tried yet. But I rarely see people in there, so I'm assuming I could just walk in and get a seat. So I might try that restaurant out and let you know what it's like. But yeah. Hey, Robert McInasia, what's going on, man? I can't believe I got 90 people here in this pop-up in the middle of the day on a whatever today is. What is today? Tuesday? But yeah, if you have a question I missed it, please ask it again. And if you're just joining the live chat, if you don't mind smashing that thumbs up button, since I did this impromptu, it'll help people find it. If you just joined, I'm in Nova Scotia right now. Nothing's open yet. I'm going to grab some lunch here at some point. But right now I'm just sitting here on this live stream, chatting with you guys, waiting for stuff to open, and just enjoying the day. A question from Judith. You are on a pretty long cruise. Do you prefer longer or shorter stays on a ship? Any advantage to one or the other? So even when I'm on smaller cruises, shorter cruises, usually like Caribbean Princess, I did 28 days, but that was 4 7-day cruises, although I booked them as 2 14-day cruises, but it was really 4 7-day cruises. I like staying on a ship longer because I like the comfort of being able to unpack and know I'm going to be there for a month and not have to worry about packing again and moving to another ship, the logistics of that. So I tend to like spending longer times on ships. This will be the longest I've spent on a ship, 33 days. I think Caribbean Princess, I spent 28 days. I think I spent 28 days on Enchantment of the Seas with Royal Caribbean. I spent 21 days on Sky Princess. I spent 16 days on Ruby Princess, 10 days on Getaway, 10 days on Maravilia. Yeah, and then my next cruise ship will be Sky Princess, and I'm doing 42 days on there, but it's a ton of different cruises, and they're all different itineraries. I'm not going to the same port once, which is why I did that. And then after that, I go on Regal Princess and do another cruise I haven't done yet, itinerary I haven't done. So it's going to be pretty cool. I don't know about being on a ship 42 days. I'll probably be ready to get off that ship, but we'll see. I think I'm in 2 different cabins, though. I think I have one cabin for 21 days and then the other cabin for another 21 days. And so you asked, which do I prefer? I prefer being on a ship a little bit longer, just because I like to get comfortable and not have to move so much. When I did those 10-day cruises and everything, I could have stayed on those ships for longer for sure, especially Getaway. I love that ship. How long did it take to walk from the ship to the pier? Going there in October. The ship to the pier, about 30 seconds. Like right when you walk out of the ship, I mean, obviously you're on the pier, and there's actually some really good stores in there. It's different than any other cruise ship shops you're probably used to. And then that's where I bought this beanie, actually. And then it's hand knitted. I like it. But it has a really good inside layer, so it's not going to be itchy. Yeah, it's called Erin, is the lady who, they put the lady's name who knits them, which I think is really cool in each one. But to get into this area I'm in right now, to get right here where I'm at right now probably took, I don't know. If you walked like at a normal pace, probably take 5 minutes. But you'll be on the pier near the restaurants in 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes. Yeah, there's no walk at all. Your ship seems like it's a couple miles away. Did you walk? No, it's not a couple miles away. I know it may seem that way, but it's actually super close. I mean, it's here. Let me do it this way. All right. So there's the pier you walk down. You can kind of see it right there. So there's the ship. There's the pier you walk down. I mean, it's really not that far at all. I mean, I was filming and vlogging and all that kind of stuff, and wasn't a far walk at all. It probably looks a little bit farther away than it is because of the aspect of the camera, but it's pretty close. Pretty close. Ooh, it's chilly. It is chilly. I'm so glad I found this hat because it's super warm and, you know, it's definitely needed. I think Andrea asked how the internet's been. It's actually been phenomenal, but I don't attribute that to being anything special. I think I have two theories on why, or two reasons why I think it's been really good. It's been the fastest internet I've had on any ship ever, on this Island Princess. And I think it's for two reasons. Number one, this ship is smaller, and so it has less people on board. And I'm assuming it's the exact same system. By the look of what I see on board, the communications equipment, it looks the same as any other ship I've been on. Sky, which holds double the amount of people. And so I think the system is the same as it is on any other ship, so there's less people using it. And number two, most of the people on this cruise have booked the 33-day, and that tends to attract an older crowd. A long cruise like that, there's not a whole lot of young people with families that can book a cruise like that. And so that length, get that kind of time off work. So it's mostly older people, and they tend to not, I can't tell you how many people I sit down and talk to and they don't even use the app on board the ship, which is like, to me, it's just crazy because the medallion technology is so good. But I think that's part of it too. Like most of the people on the ship aren't using the internet. So the internet's barely getting used. So it's me and probably 30 other people using the internet. So it's super fast for us. So it's been really great. I actually thought about trying to do a live stream on the way because of that. Do you have enough cold weather gear? Yeah, I have plenty of cold weather gear. Everything's layered. I may buy a jacket. We'll see. But I'm layered right now in merino wool and I feel fine. And I have a gainer, which helps. And I bought this today. I thought I brought my hat with me that's like this, but I think I might have left it on a ship or something. I probably took it out of my bag and put it in a drawer and forgot to grab it. So right when I got off the ship, I knew I would be able to find something like this, and I found one that's really, really warm. Shirley, it's not that cold. You need a beanie and a scarf. You got spoiled in all those hot tropical places. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with this neck gainer and this hat, to be honest with you. I'm not. The only reason I'm cold is because I'm sitting here stationary in the wind. It's probably 15 to 20 knot winds. I mean, it's pretty windy actually. And if I was sitting somewhere where the wind was blocked and I was in the sun, it's really nice. Let's see. Buy the $35 Princess jacket, 10% off for being elite. Yeah, I probably will. I was looking at that actually. Yeah, I probably will buy one of those and then donate it on my way off the ship or something. What's the temperature? It is, when I left the ship this morning, it was like 51 degrees Fahrenheit. Hold on. I'm trying to look at my watch here. Sorry, my watch is doing something with my phone and I can't figure out how to get it back to, let's see. Sorry, I'm giving you like a terrible view. It's 56 degrees, but it's windy, so I bet you the wind chill is probably like 48 or something like that. It's very, very windy right now. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see the flags behind me, I think. The Canadian flags, like right there. I don't know if you can see it flopping in the wind, but it's pretty windy out here. If it wasn't windy, it'd be really nice. I would definitely be able to take this off. But we'll see how cold it is, and no telling how cold it is. Here's a cool little tour boat going by for you guys to check out. Halifax Harbor Tours. Those look like some people off the cruise ship too. So I'm sure that's something you could book. Yeah, it's definitely cruise ship passengers there. But yeah, I'm sure that's something you could book. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff if you want to do something like that. I'm doing 20 days on MSC Meraviglia in January because of your video. Very cool. Very cool. Is it a transatlantic cruise on Meraviglia? I don't even know. For a 20-day, it sounds like a transatlantic. Oh, I forgot you're by the ocean, so it must be windy and super chilly. Yeah, I mean, I'm in the harbor right now. Like I'm at the edge of the pier. Like that's why originally I had my phone sitting here on the tripod, and I was like, if this wind blows that way, this is gone. It's going to go into the water, and it's gone. So that's why I'm holding the tripod instead of have it sitting somewhere, because there's nowhere really to sit. Yeah, we're right on the pool here. I hear some Scottish bagpipes coming from somewhere. Huh, interesting. Whew, man, it is chilly out here, but it's nice. I mean, the sun's nice, and yeah, out here. I would take you guys on a walk, but it's going to be so bumpy because I don't have a stabilizer with me. And I mean, if you guys remember in the past when I walked around, everyone was getting dizzy. So, are you the only cruise ship in town? Yeah, we're the only cruise ship in town. So, yeah, it's pretty nice. I'm not sure how many cruise ships this place can hold. I mean, there's a lot of piers along here. I don't know. I don't think any of these that I'm near could hold a cruise ship. Maybe a small, like, Viking ship or something. But maybe one more can go down there on the cruise pier we're on. So, yeah. Anita says, I have a wind shirt that goes everywhere with me. Weighs 3 ounces, 4 ounces. They pack down very small. Very cool. Yeah, I used to travel actually with a puffy jacket that packed down really small, and I took it out of my bag because I just wasn't using it in Asia, obviously. So it just didn't make a lot of sense, but I should probably maybe look for one. But to be honest with you, I have merino wool layered today. I have a collared shirt on underneath this as well. So I have 3 shirts on. My torso doesn't feel cold at all. I have the Lululemon pants on, and my legs don't feel cold. The only thing that feels cold, really, to be honest with you, is my hands. Yeah, so I'm not cold. And my nose, it's cold too. When you got a big old nose and you're out in the cold like this, it gets cold. Start looking like Rudolph. My weather app shows 13 degrees Celsius in Halifax, around 55. Yeah, it's pretty chilly, and I'm sure the wind chill is much lower than that. Hey, Captain Photon, what's going on? When will you be in Alaska? In September? No, August, yeah. So, the end of the season, end of the Alaskan season, cruise season. So, I don't know how cold it's going to be in Iceland. I should probably check. And I don't know how cold it's going to be in the British Isles, like in Norway. Like, I just have no sense of when, what the weather's like there. I do know it's, the sun stays out till like 9 at night right now, and when I woke up this morning at 5 this morning, it was already up and bright as all get out. So I'm assuming that the days are going to keep getting longer as we go north, which is kind of cool. Although it's, your chances of seeing the northern lights is very slim because it's just not dark ever. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I'll go back again and during some northern light stuff. Do you see the little harbor ferry going back and forth? Used to take it every day to work when I lived there. I haven't seen it. Maybe I've seen it and I just haven't noticed it. Actually, yeah. Actually, it's right over here, actually, while you're BSing. You know what I've always thought about getting an Airbnb and living in Halifax for a couple months. And I've noticed there are all kinds of apartments along the pier here. I'm sure they would be ridiculously expensive, but it would be really cool to live out on this pier with the view of the harbor. That'd be really cool. There's a lot of really cool little restaurants around here too. I looked a bunch of them up before I came in here. There's a place called Willie's, which is like really, really old. They say you have to go to, so I might go to Willie's. There's a new place called Bicycle Thief. That's supposed to be really good. I saw that one when I was walking in, and so yeah. The UK is lovely at the moment, around 20 to 24 degrees Celsius and sunny for the last week or two. Well, that's good. So I'll probably be back in shorts when I get in the UK, or at least a t-shirt. And I have 3 days in Southampton too, where I'm overnighting in Southampton, waiting for Sky Princess, my cruise on Sky Princess. So I'm gonna have to hit you Brits up for what to do in Southampton for 3 days. Hey, Lee Joyce is in the house. What's going on? How you doing? My friend from Hawaii. Let's see, sailed on Ruby, paid for one device, but both of us had good connection. Yeah, Ruby was decent too. This ship has been the internet's been the best I've had on any cruise ship. But again, I attribute it to the ship being smaller, but still having the same system as the other cruise ships. And also, there's a much older demographic on this cruise, and I'm assuming a lot of them aren't using the internet. So I saw Red Riding Hood in here. I saw Red in here. How you doing? Bicycle is great for Italian food. The lower deck is a Navy staple to go. Good to get fish and chips. Like fish and chips is what I'd like to go get. So actually, I might go to lower deck. Yeah, I might go to. So it's called Lower Deck. The Lower Deck is the name of it. I think that's what I'll do. I'll go to Lower Deck. Thanks, Nana, for the recommendation. I almost booked the comedy cruise last minute, but the flights were ridiculously expensive. Yeah, I'll be on that comedy cruise. When am I going to be in Hawaii? I'll be in Hawaii, oh God, September or October. My cruise ship passes through there. What you do in Southampton is go to London, is my thinking. Yeah, you're probably right, Judith. You're probably right. Again, if I missed your question, please ask it again. It's not intentional. This thing just moves really quick, and it's hard for me to scroll back up with my phone. Whew. And if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, and you have Instagram, go to 30 and Wake Up. I'm posting a lot of daily things on there. I'll take a note for my October cruise to Halifax. Yeah, Halifax I'm really impressed with it. It's really nice. And all these chairs on the piers, like on the pier, like you can just come out here, if you get out here early, and beat all the other cruise passengers. I mean, there's still all these chairs, right? And actually you can see behind me all that color right there, all that color you see, those are all the chairs. Yeah, so I just have this whole pier to myself, actually. It's a weekday too, so that's part of it. It's a weekday and it's early. It's, what is it, closing in on 11 probably? It's probably already 11 here actually. Yeah, 11:08. Redheaded Riding Hood says, I'm going to Portugal for 1 month in July with remote year because of you. Awesome, that's very cool. Congratulations, that'll be a lot of fun. I did a month in Lisbon with remote year. It was a great time. I love Lisbon. Going there July 1st. Hopefully it's not cold then. What do you think? I have no idea. I'm a terrible person to ask. I was in shorts this morning. If you watch my Instagram story, I woke up and put on shorts and went outside and was like, holy cow, it's cold. I was in shorts and flip-flops, actually. You should drink Caesar and eat poutine. I don't know what any of that is, but is it like I'm drinking a Caesar salad? Is that what it is? Is it like It's got like anchovies in it or something. Wear a pair of your socks on your hands and grab some disposable gloves for your hands. It works in a pinch. That's actually a smart idea. I probably will. I might just buy a little like pair of gloves or something. I don't like to wear gloves a lot because you know, I do a lot of filming and it's hard to do anything on your phone with it. And so even if I had them, I probably would have them off mostly. So I'm not even sure it's smart for me to do. I never see daily things on Instagram. Do I have to be accepted? I don't know what accepted means, but as long as you subscribe to me or whatever it's called on there, you should see my stuff. It's stories. The stories, so when you see like my icon in the top and it's got a little ring around it, that means I posted a story, which is a video, basically. Sometimes I do regular posts, but mostly not. Looks like you need to get back to the Caribbean, says Apple GG. Yeah, you know, I had to throw this hat on. Actually, the sun is like beating down on me now, and it's actually, I'm getting pretty warm. This is actually, feels really warm right now. So I'm glad I bought this hat. I think this is going to serve me well in Iceland and in Norway and when I go to Alaska. So I think this hat was a good investment today. I just bought it right when I walked off the pier. There's a bunch of little shops right off the cruise ship, and they had these handcrafted beanies that actually have a smooth inside. And I usually, when you get these hand knitted beanies, they actually don't keep you very warm, and you start to itch. But because they have the liner in it, it's actually feels really nice, and I think it looks pretty cool too. I brought a beanie with me, but I think a merino wool beanie, but I think I left it in one of the cruise cabins I was in because I couldn't find it. Is that hat merino wool? I don't know if it's merino wool. Probably not. It's a knit cap. I didn't even look, but it's really warm. I guess because of the color, the dark gray. I'm actually putting my hand on it right now, and it's like super warm from the sun. I mean, the sun's really bright. The UV index is pretty high, actually. Yeah, it's like 5 right now. So there's a military helicopter. Probably Navy. It's painted green, like the Canadian ships are. So I'm assuming it's probably one of their Navy helicopters. When I was in the Navy, I did some work with the Canadian Navy, so I actually know a lot about the Canadian Navy. Caesar's a Bloody Mary with clamato juice, clam and tomato juice. So I really don't like Bloody Marys. So I don't think I would like that. Although maybe with the addition of the clam I would. I love clam chowder, so maybe I would like it because of that. Maybe it'll have like a clam chowdery taste. But I actually don't like Bloody Marys. Your Yine, your money says, can't catch you on the weekdays, miss you on Sundays. Yeah, I'm sorry. You know, it's just with the cruise schedule, it's just hard to, especially I'm in a weird schedule now. But I am going to try one at sea. Maybe I'll try one this Sunday. I should be putting out a video shortly too, a normal video as well. So, but you can always watch the replay. Yeah, a beanie in Canada is called I can't pronounce it, but I've heard that before, that it's called that. I've heard that before. Hey, we're 2 likes away from 100. If you don't mind smashing it, I appreciate it. That would be amazing. Let's see. All right, if I missed your question, you can ask it again. For those of you that are just joining, I'm chilling on the pier here in Halifax, waiting for things to open. It's pretty early in the morning here on a weekday. I'm assuming lunch places are going to start opening. That's what I want to do. I want to go have some lunch. And so probably pretty soon. Hey, I've got 110 people in here and exactly 110 likes. That's actually pretty cool. Just recently retired, saw a video where I thought I heard if you book a room, you get double points for your line on loyalty, doing NCL to Alaska, but Panama cruise in the future. Yeah, Most cruise lines give you double either days or double cruises. Princess gives you double cruises, which is actually a really good thing because you can go to elite really quickly that way, their highest level. I mean, I'm elite on here. I've only done 8 cruises. This is my 9th. And I'm elite on Princess, the highest level. But most other cruise lines are double days. And so it'll take you a little bit longer to get up the ranks, but you'll start moving up them as you cruise. So, yeah. Have I heard of poutine, Kevin? I'm probably mispronouncing that. Kevin, don't leave Canada without trying it. It's a major staple there. What is it? Like, what is it? And is it a, you know, I know the East and the West Coast are different because one's, you know, British influence and one is French influence. So, have you tried Irish cream, vanilla, maple latte? Not yet. Not yet. I should, right? How was the Navy food on the ships compared to food on a cruise ship? I mean, to be honest with you, food on Navy ships wasn't too bad, but it's obviously better on a cruise ship because, you know, I mean, they're, you know, the Navy ship, they're trying to give you energy so you can go work. And on a cruise ship, they're trying to please you as a customer. So it's definitely different. Definitely different. And cruise ship is definitely better. Although I would say Navy food is probably better than the food I've had on MSC cruises, other than the pizza. Not the dog MSC, but their food isn't the best. Robert's spouse here. What is the strap around you about? Oh, the strap. So I have a what do you call it? A fanny pack, and I rather strap it around my chest and my waist, and it's just a Merrill, something from my climbing days that I repurposed into it's got my ID card in it, you know, my ID for leaving the ship, my driver's license, and some money, and I store this, you know, this mic I have on right now in there. Just a small little bag that stores the stuff that I need. And I usually just put it around my chest instead of wearing it like a fanny pack. Hey, Thailand Digital Nomads in the house. What's going on, man? How you doing? Looking forward to seeing you in Thailand later on this year. Poutine is a dish of French fries with cheesy curds topped with brown gravy. It emerged in Quebec. That actually sounds like something I would really like. So I definitely will try that. Can someone spell it out phonetically so I can pronounce it correctly? Am I pronouncing it correctly already? Poutine, poutine, puyatine. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. So, hello, some of my friends off the cruise ship. Are you going to visit Faroe Island? No, I don't think so, David. I'm just going to explore. Poutine. Okay, so I was saying it right. Poutine. Yeah, I'm excited to try it. That'll be fun. Hello. Hey, I'm doing a live stream. You guys want to be? Yeah. Here. Some of my solo cruise passenger friends.
Hi. It's a beautiful day in Halifax.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I had to buy this hat for my bald head though because I was getting cold.
It is cold.
So yeah, I had to buy it. So yeah, I'll see you guys around. Yeah. Yeah, Thailand Digital Nomad is a friend of mine from Thailand. He hosted we would do like an American style dinner once a week, and he was the one that organized it, and it's still going on and it's gotten bigger, which has been pretty cool. Oh, something happened with some message someone just posted and I can't see it. There's some welcome to the live chat and I can't see it, so sorry about that. Poutine, okay, good, I got it. Poutine. So I won't look like a dumbass when I order it. But yeah, there's a bunch of solos on this cruise, which has been pretty cool too. It's been a good group of solos so far. So the hat you're wearing is a toque. Oh, you know, I know that. I know that. I remember someone told me that one time. It's a toque. It's pronounced toque okay, so this is a toque, not a beanie. It's a toque. Am I pronouncing that right? Toque? Like juke? Toque? I'm assuming that's probably like, maybe it's a French name, but I'm thinking it's probably like an Eskimo type of name, right? A more indigenous people name. I chose a solo cabin because I am a bit introverted. Yeah, the solo cabins are nice on NCL. I'm doing 20-day on 2 back-to-backs in January because of your videos. Very cool, very cool. Hopefully you enjoy it. I always feel a lot of like pressure when people are doing something because they saw my video and they're doing it because of that. And I hope you enjoy it. What ship are you on now? Asked Greyhound Girl. What's going on, Greyhound Girl? How you doing? I'm on this ship right here, the Island Princess. The Island Princess. Little small princess ship. I think one of their smallest, maybe the smallest. I'm doing 20-day on 2 back-to-backs in January. Yay, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Did I pronounce the hat right? Toque? Ooh. Yeah, it's a beautiful day here. I mean, it's a little chilly because of the wind, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful here. Let's see. Toque is a French word, but also used in English. Okay. Yes, you got the hat right. All right. I leave Denver July 1st and arrive July 2nd. Very cool. Very cool. Yay, I'm pronouncing toque correctly. 114 people in here. That's crazy. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm going to remove your comment, Martinique, not because I don't like you, but because it's showing up at the bottom for some reason, and it won't go away. I had that happen the other day on my live stream. But I'm not deleting it because you did anything wrong. I'm deleting it because it won't go away from the bottom, and so I can't see any of the other comments. And it's not your fault. It's something to do with YouTube. It happened the other day to me as well. But yeah. Whew. So many cruise ship people. It's all cruise ship people down here. Other than I saw some people walking their dog that probably live in these apartments around here. There's some really cool apartments down here. I mentioned this earlier, but I thought about coming here and staying for a month or two in an Airbnb before when I was looking at different places to go. And I would love, it's probably super expensive, but I would love to stay in one of these down here. The 2 Princess cruises I've done this year, solo, the ladies are very aggressive. Yeah, I wouldn't, Captain Potan, they haven't been towards me, but maybe I'm not as good looking as you, but they haven't been aggressive towards me at all. No worries, Kevin. I feel less anxiety going with them. I trust your recommendation for remote year. Yeah, I love remote year. I loved it. I absolutely love remote year. I definitely recommend them. Whew. Yeah, it's a beautiful day out here. For those of you just joining, I am in Halifax, Nova Scotia. It's beautiful out here, but it's a little chilly. It's in the 50s Fahrenheit, but it's really windy, so wind chill factor, it's probably low 50s, high 40s. There is wildfires going through this area now, but I don't see any effects of it. It's clear, as you can see, it's a pretty clear day. Sitting on the pier here. There's all these chairs on the pier. You'll see a bunch over here. All of those colored chairs around there are pier chairs. And yeah, just relaxing, getting ready to go get a meal, getting ready to go get some food. And when everything starts opening, but I figured I'd jump on this live stream and chat with you guys while I was sitting here. I knew I had, I'm in Canada, so T-Mobile works here with 5G. knew I had good internet connection, so figured I would jump on a live stream. I'll probably do that impromptu wherever I'm at if I've got good connection. I paid for the international pass as well, so I should have good high-speed internet in Iceland and England and Norway, so maybe I'll do some other impromptu live streams like this as well. Kevin, what dates this summer are you in Hawaii? On Kauai, I can't remember. I mean, it's sometime in September, October on a cruise I'm doing. But to be honest with you, I don't even know what days I'm going to be in Iceland, and I'll be there in a few days from now. I definitely don't know that far out. Greyhound Girl says I love Nova Scotia. Yeah. B Stands is going to be on Queen Mary. Awesome. Let's see. My favorite memory of Vancouver was sitting on a pier, just like you, great view, gorgeous, and so chill. Yeah. I mean, I sat here for a little while, and I was thinking in my mind, like, let me go live for an hour or so while I'm waiting for everything to open up, and just share this with you guys. What you can't see, and you're not going to see it very well, unfortunately, on the camera, because the sun is right there. Is this island right here? It's just beautiful to look at right now. It's really green to me, and there's a red lighthouse and a lighthouse attendant's house there that looks like it's all like old rock, built out of old rock, and it's just a really cool view. It doesn't do any justice on here. Maybe if I switch the camera, yeah, it just doesn't. Still doesn't do any justice. It's like super green, and it's just really nice view. But doesn't do any justice on the camera. But take my word for it, it's a beautiful view. Halifax resident here. Hey, David, welcome to my town. You missed the forest fire on Saturday. Yeah, it's sad. Hopefully it gets under control. There's no smoke out here today. Maybe it's because the winds are moving so hard, but hopefully you guys get some rain soon. And yeah, that's scary. Those wildfires are scary. I mean, I was being chased by one when I was in California RVing, and that's scary. Trivia: did you know an explosion in 1917 wiped out a good portion of Halifax? Yeah, I've read about it. It's like one of the biggest disasters at sea ever. Have you ever been to Newfoundland? Lived in St. John as a kiddo in the 50s, went back for a visit 4 years ago. I haven't been to Newfoundland, but I'd love to go. During COVID, I tried to cross the border from Maine to come up and go to Nova Scotia, Newfoundland area, but they wouldn't let me cross the border. Okay, the Captain Photon conversation is funny. My favorite, oh yeah, McKenna said your favorite memory of Vancouver was sitting on the pier. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Hey Emily, what's going on, my travel buddy? What's going on? How you doing? Where are you at, by the way? Newfoundland is a place to visit. Yeah, I definitely want to visit there. If you get the chance, check out Citadel Hill, Old Fort, historic spot. Last there as a teen on an exchange trip. Yeah, that sounds very cool, actually. I might need to get 5G from T-Mobile because in Vancouver, my 4G didn't work on an Alaskan cruise. Okay, that's good to know. I don't know if it works on here. So far, I've had good luck with T-Mobile and the international pass. You can get either a daily, which is $5, or you can pay for the monthly one, which is $50 extra. But your phone works anywhere, but it's only 3G when you pull in. Except for Canada and Mexico, it's 5G. Never hit on Kevin when I met him as a solo on Sky Princess. I'm his Jewish mom. Yeah, I met Andrea on a ship. Sky when we were on Sky Princess. We sailed on that ship, and I'll be on Sky soon. Oh. Okay. My phone just said it only has 20% left, so I'm gonna have to end this live stream. But it was nice sitting here chatting with you guys. I'm gonna go grab some food, try to film it because I know you guys love to see food in my videos, and then enjoy Nova Scotia until I have to be back at the ship by 16:30, I believe, is when we're leaving, and then headed to Iceland. So look out for future live streams. I might try to do one at sea, and look out for another video coming out pretty soon. I'm just finishing it up. So actually I'm going to include the stuff I did today. It's just going to be a vlog about, boarding Island Princess and a day at sea and then a day in Halifax. So see you guys around.